So,
Alex Newland is P2.
back to Oldham Park. Around race one, round one of an exciting championship. So, Parky, pole position. Alex Newland alongside George Jackson in third place, second row. Alongside him is Jensen Floyd Oram. Had a little bit of a spill on the last one, on the last start, so he's to find another day. And Joshua Pato in fifth place on the grid. So here we go. So last few seconds, dropping down now. You'll see the light starting to come up. So second start of this great race at Oldham Park. As lights out. Good start from everybody. A little bit of a wheel spin, but it looks like Parky is going to be leading into turn one at the moment. Got Alex Newland just in a second. Joshua got a great start up into third. George and Jensen side by side coming down into turn two. Looking very close at the moment. Coming through turn two. Cascades. Down the fast left-hander down to the hairpin, and at the moment Alex is having a little look. Nip through into the first position, coming down to the hairpin. Parky right behind, all of them together. Jensen have a little look on the inside, nice and neat. George tucked right in behind him as they come into the chicane. Driving from all of them there, going through Britain's now up the hill, and Alex is leading, coming down into the first chicane, off the hilltop, heavy braking for the right-hander. Looks as if they've all got through clear. Alex is still leading, he's 0.8 seconds ahead of Parky. Coming up the hill now, all of them still together. Going to be a case of keeping on the black stuff, I think. All of them are about the same speed. Coming down to through Druids, all very nice. Coming down to the final corner now. Right-hander. This causes a lot of problems normally. Let's see if they can all make it. Alex is through. Park is through. Yeah, we're good. Jensen's there. George is right on his tail. Joshua's having to close the gap. Coming back into turn one. It's looking good. So we've got George and Jensen side by side. A right battle there for turn one. Who's going to get the drive down to turn two? George on the left, Jensen on the right. Coming down to turn two. It is close. George has just braked on later. Just a little chap. Jensen there on the outside. That's fine. A little bit of wing mirror damage, that's about it. These two are having a right old ding-dong. Coming down into the Shell Oils corner. Late braking. George has just got a little bit ahead of Jensen. Jensen sticking right with him. Both of them are starting to close up on the group ahead. Alex Newland still leading at the front, same gap, 0.8 seconds. Then we've got Joshua, George and Jensen all together. We thought this was going to be a close one.
Paul Parkinson is second, 0.5 behind Alex Newland.
Great driving going on at the moment. Tyres are still pretty cold for these boys, but they are handling it very well. Parky's having a little look, just letting Alex know he's there. Going through Druids. Pretty quick through there, those two. Joshua sticking with them. And then we've got George and Jensen still together. Long way to go. Over 11 minutes to go. Got a long way to go. So, taking a little while for these tyres to come in. Marcus closed the gap slightly on Alex coming into turn one. Who's going to get the drive out of there? He's quick through there on Alex. Oh, he's having to work for it.
Jensen Floyd Oram is P5, 0.9 behind George Jackson.
Down through turn 2, down towards Shell's oil hairpin. Flat, 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 right down there. Fantastic bit of driving. They're all having to really push, putting some great times, everybody. This is good.
Parkinson is second.
This is going to be 15 minutes solid of action. Having to work hard, every one of them. This is not a given for Alex, that's for sure. Park is keeping him very keen. Joshua's putting a good pace in. He's pulling away slightly from George. Jensen is 0.7 of a second. Right with George. Back at the front, we've got Parky now closing the gap on Alex. He's right there now. This circuit's pretty good for slipstream. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets a nice slipstream up towards Druids. Yeah, he's got closing the gap. We've got the fast double right-hander coming up. Oh, Alex has had to just adjust slightly. Parky got through there neat, but he's still ahead. Meanwhile, we've got Jensen and George having a right old battle again. A great battle going on here. Both being very respectful, I have to say, giving a gap, which is good. Some great driving. Jensen got a little wide. That's going to give George the advantage. Now Jensen and George have closed the gap slightly on Joshua. Got the same gap to Parky, so it's all very, very stable at the moment. Who's going to make a mistake? Tyres start coming in, they're getting quicker, all of them.
George Jackson is P4, 0.7 behind Joshua.
Close the gap on Joshua. Down to the Shell Oils, he's right there. Jensen's having to make up just for his little excursion from Alex Newland's just ahead of Parky. Parky's closer this time. He's having a look down the hilltop on the outside, on the left-hand side, coming into the chicane. And he's just got through, just nipped through there. Alex right with him. Nice move there from Parky. He's on it. Alex staying with him. Game on. Here we go at the front. Parky's having to work for it. Alex is quick enough to stay with him. We've got George coming up right on the back of Joshua. Coming up to Druids now. These two having their little battle. Joshua taking the racing line through there. George having a little look on the outside. A little block from Joshua. George is going to have to try and see if he can find a way through. He's having a look on the outside coming into the final turn. Nice and neat. Who's going to get the drive? George just going to get the drive coming down through the Deer Leak. He's got a little bit of drive, but he's on the inside of turn 1. Joshua's on the outside. Who's going to get the drive out of turn 1? It's quite close. George just manages to hold it. Joshua's sticking with him. Coming into turn 2, flying down to all the Shell Oils. George is having to put his foot down because Joshua's right with him. He's got a slipstream. This is the beauty of Oldham Park. Joshua's having a look on the inside, coming down to the Shell Oils. He's looking for the gap, the tiny little gap he's got. Coming heavy on the braking. George is still on the inside. Keep it nice and neat. Manages just to stay ahead. Coming into the chicane. Josh was right with him. And of course, in the meantime, always Josh just tapped the tyres. Tap the tyres. Any amount, just enough. Wow.
Pato lost P4 to
That's
Jason
unfortunate, but it's allowed Jensen to nip through. He's only lost a couple of seconds, so Joshua can make that up. But yeah, those tyres, there's always question as to whether they should really be there. They're quite dangerous. Fortunately, they're there today. We'll have a chat with the stewards for the next race. Right, so back at the front. Parky currently is leading only just 1.6 seconds ahead of Alex Newland. Third place, we have George Jackson. In fourth, we have Jensen Floyd Oram. And then we have Joshua picking up the pace and having to close the gap. So really the job here is Jensen and Joshua have got to close the gap on George. George is 12 seconds behind Alex, so he's really got to fight to keep his third place. And Alex and Parky are fighting for first here.
1.7 behind Paul Parkinson.
Keeping it neat. Parky's trying to make sure that car planted where it should be. Doesn't want to understeer or oversteer too much because Alex will be right there to pick up the pieces.
Joshua Pato is fifth.
Jensen is 2.3 seconds behind George. George keeping it nice and neat. Jensen's having to push now, as is Joshua.
Alex Newland is second. Best lap is a 1:54.805.
Oh, Alex having a fight for the car there. A little twitch coming through Druids has slowed him down. Gap's now 1.8. Still enough time. Still 3.5 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes to go. So we're looking at a couple of laps left. So Alex is going to have to really push to try and close that gap. Jensen's going to have to push to try and close the gap on George. Parky goes a little wide out of turn one, as does Alex.
George Jackson
But a little excursion just gave Paul a little bit more of a breather. He's 2.1 seconds ahead of Alex now. In second place. In third, George. Keeping his times pretty stable and consistent. He's had to put a fast one in because Jensen was closing the gap. Both of them are going quicker, so both are pushing and pushing. As the laps are coming down, they're getting much faster.
Joshua Pato is P5.
So George has responded to the pressure quite well. He's got a 3-second gap, although Jensen's put his foot down.
Alex Newland on lap 7 is P2, 2.7 behind Paul Parkinson.
Right, so I reckon Parky will be starting his last lap. This is the final lap of this heat. 2.8 seconds ahead of Alex. Is unlikely, unless Parky chucked it away, that Alex is going to close that gap. But there is always a possibility. George has got quite a solid third place. He's managed to keep the gap from Jensen. Although Jensen's been increasing his speed, George has responded. Joshua's having to push, really push to make up for the little mistake earlier.
George Jackson is P3, 3.7 ahead of Jensen Floyd Oram.
So Parky's now coming down through the first chicane. Then up on the hilltop. Down to the next one. Alex close behind, 2.2. Close the gap slightly. Don't think that's enough. Although the final part of the track is quite tricky.
2.5 ahead of Alex Newland.
Yeah, Alex is having to push that car hard. I think we've got it. Looks like it's up Clay Hill towards Druids. Parky coming in, final corner, 2.5 seconds ahead of Alex, although Alex is pushing him all the way. He's just chucked it away. Alex Newland, where did that happen? Come on, we got started again, and he's only just managed to. Almost gave away second position on the last lap, and a race victory for our man. Parky takes the win of the first heat.
The leader has just finished the
Fantastic, great win. Alex Newland somehow managed to hold it all together and comes over in second place. Well done. Just a few seconds ahead of George, who was there to pick it up. And Jensen chasing him in fourth place. And Joshua coming through in fifth.
George Jackson finished P3.
Well done. Keep it going. Get over the line, guys, and bring it back into the pit lane.